Today's topic, saying no to our little secret. There's a fine line between telling our children to keep secrets. Good secret or bad secret? Don't tell. Where do we go with these secrets? What do we tell our kids to keep and not to keep? Hi guys, I'm Toy Nokanuga. I'm the CEO for Hush to Roar, releasing your inner child. And today's topic is saying no to our little secret. So where is that coming from? So that is in line with what people who want to harm children or have harmed children tell them to keep secrets. Now, there are bad secrets, I dare say, and there are good secrets. And as I stated, there's a fine line between the two because in some respect you want a child to keep a secret for, say, you want a surprise. So, say for instance, I've bought something for my husband or for my brother. For some reason, if you've bought a present and you want the child to keep a secret, to say, don't tell because it's going to be a surprise. And you want the child to keep a secret because it's a surprise for their dad or for their mum, then that's sort of a good secret, isn't it? And you don't want them to tell. And also, if it's their friend that says to them, say a 7-year-old or an 8-year-old says to them, oh, don't tell because I want this little gift, I want to have it at lunchtime, or let's not tell our friend because let's surprise her. You know, good surprises, they're good secrets. But then they're the bad secrets where they are to harm. So distinguishing between the two to children is a tricky one, but a very crucial one that we must bring to light and say, good secrets, let's explain. And I think from the age of 7 or between 6 and 7, I think below that age, they just tell for some things unless it's an inescapable shock where their limbic system is all frozen and it's a terrible act upon them, things like that. But I think for the good secrets, like I've got a surprise for daddy or for mommy, don't tell, we need to distinguish between those good secrets and bad secrets. So for me, if it's now something that's going to harm them, we have to start teaching them from that early age. Like, if you've been asked to keep a secret and that thing that someone's done to you hurt you, come and tell me. But first we must gain their trust anyway. So how do we gain that trust? Just by doing little things. And I know it can be very tricky, especially when they get to teenagers. They just want to keep everything, especially with social media. But from an early age, if we can just put that in within them, the good secrets are those that are good surprises, that everyone will laugh and it will still come out eventually. They're the good ones. And then the bad ones, something has hurt you and that person's telling you not to tell. You must come and tell. So distinguishing those two can be a matter of life and death sometimes. It can be a matter of stability and instability, or growing with childhood trauma, becoming an adult and feeling powerless. And that's why the anger, the voiceless act becomes a roar. Hence my business, Hush to Roar. So it's when someone's hushed you for so long in some respect, when you get to a place where you feel you're frustrated because you feel your power was taken away because you were told not to tell or you've been hushed, then that's where the frustration, the anger, the taking me for granted attitude comes in, and it's manifested in other ways if you still feel an intense sense of hushed state. But from an early age, if we can start telling our children, let's keep it a secret, our little secret, it has to be for what reason? We have to start distinguishing between a good secret and a bad secret. So I believe we can start early getting those good boundaries in place with our children, and it will not become a long life traumatic event as adults. Because as I've said, from days 1 to 12, what happens to us as a child, if it's not revealed early enough, it does It's proven that it impacts us as adults. And how does it impact us? As I've said, emotionally, physically. As I said, my mind was blown away when I realized the physical ailments that childhood trauma carries on. But if we start by saying those secrets, good secret, bad secret, let's distinguish them and give them those age-appropriate explanations from 7, I believe, maybe 6, 7, and start saying a good secret. If your friend has given you a balloon to say, keep it, we'll give it to our friend later. You know that because it could damage your relationship with your friend. Those are good secrets. Like if your friend has said, oh, just let's keep that cake and give it to our friend as a surprise. Then let's teach them to say, be a good friend and keep that as a little secret. So it's a good surprise. The end result has to be a good one for it to be a good secret to be kept. I think that's how we have to start teaching our children the good secrets and the bad secrets. The bad secret, does it hurt you? Did that something make you terrified? We'll have to start telling them at an early age not to keep those bad secrets. And that will eradicate to a huge degree those traumatic events, because then we've started to give them tools and resources that will help them and empower them to start owning their voices from a young age. And that's how we can eradicate when something's happening to them. As I said, we can start telling them from a young age that what's happened to you, when someone touches you somewhere, it's not good, you say no. And as I said 2 days ago, keep your private private. What's private to you, if what's private to you is private. As I even said, even as a mum, as me, if I'm bathing my child up, so tell me if it's hurting and I'll stop. If I've, scrubbed you in a place that hurt, tell me, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to. So what's private, private, keep your private, private, all those little terms from a young age can help society, can really help society, because we have to teach them from a young age that bad secrets, let's keep our little secret. No, a bad secret's a bad secret. We need to distinguish bad, good. And for me, the message is clear. The message is obvious, but communication, effective communication from a young age, just coming out with it can help us eradicate childhood trauma. Adverse childhood experiences is traumatic. But if we start early with our children to keep them safe, we have to be communicative and tell them at an early age what is appropriate, what is not appropriate, what's a good secret, what's a bad secret. And I know we can do this if we're very intentional about what we really want to achieve to eradicate things here and there. Effective communication is definitely key, Yodi, because, it's the difference between a hush and a roar. It's so crucial, because when we start to give them language appropriate communicative skills, they will be equipped, they will be empowered, they will say no from an early age. They'll be bold, and that person will know not to do things to them because we have equipped them adequately, and that gives them the power, the self-empowerment to take on the world. But when you've hushed them and we've not told them what's right, what's wrong, and someone tells them to keep a secret, they're bound to keep it because they know no different. And that, when they now have their eyes open, and as adults, you feel powerless, you feel taken for granted. The manifestation comes out as anger towards those we love. It comes out as, gosh, he took my power away. She took my power away. But we manifest it in different ways that is damaging, unknowingly. So the good secret, the bad secret, let's distinguish them for our children so they can be empowered to say no to bad secrets and yes to good secrets.